Are you listening to me? You're both of you nuts.
Why do this? Why not do it?
You could ask yourself a question.
I'll answer your question. You want answers? You have the luxury of not knowing what I know. It's that simple.
And people are always looking for something to be recreationally outraged at.
Are we clear?
And then ask me like, what's wrong with my background, dude?
Who said that? Nobody, huh?
Okay, when are you in?
That's the war face. Now let me see your war face.
I've got too much juice left.
Hey, Roy, how are you?
Oh man, I'm tired.
That bad? I know. Where's your background, man? Where is it?
It fell down. See that little green thing on? Oh, wrong hand. This side, there's a little green.
Are you green screen?
Yeah, well, it fell down. So now you just see like a closet door. So
It's all. It's okay.
I didn't feel like putting it up, and I just got too tired. And it's been a tiring like actually last 3 weeks. So
3 weeks.
yeah.
I'll tell you something that'll brighten your day.
Okay.
You know that Thursday is National Burrito Day. Burrito Day.
Burrito day.
I love burritos. It comes out through my pores some weeks.
Yeah, I don't know about
Dude,
that.
carne asada. Grilled chicken.
This is official or what? Wait, when is it?
Thursday.
Thursday. That's April
Today's
what?
4th.
4? So today's
Yes.
April 2. Yeah, I never heard of that before.
Yeah, I neither have I. Someone just told me. Dude, I could be passing on wrong information, but I hardly doubt that. I'm pretty sure.
National Burrito.
Yes, it's Burrito Day.
Yeah, we should have a burrito day. I'm down for that.
Yeah?
I'm in support of that.
But we don't have to have it on Thursday. We can go tomorrow.
Dude, I was actually craving for I was craving for Mexican food, and I ate the wrong one.
What do you mean you ate the wrong one?
Actually, I was craving tacos, but my favorite taco truck wasn't around, so
No Juanitas?
I didn't see it. So I ended up going to Taco Bell.
Well, you are an idiot.
And-
Taco Bell? There's so many taco places. There's so many taquerias in our area. And
I
you
know.
went to Taco Bell.
I know,
You
and
could have gone next door to El Faro,
so I did. Right?
right?
And but over there I got some nachos. So,
Ooh.
but then I realized that their chicken's not really that good.
You gotta go to the one in Pacifica, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I told you that.
One day.
Mentiras.
Payday's I think Friday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well then.
So I gotta wait a couple days.
That's how I feel.
I'm gonna eat up all the chicken apple sausage that I didn't eat. So
Well, that sounds good.
gotta do some creative stuff with that.
You eat it with rice?
Sometimes, but sometimes I mean, of course, you can always make like a fried rice, but sometimes I just eat it the way it is, and then I just have like an avocado or a tomato with it, or I don't know,
That sounds good.
just something quick, something fast.
Yeah.
I've been trying to eat like just small like meals that don't make me sleepy. So
I guess that's what food makes you sleepy. Don't eat turkey. Don't eat heavy protein. Protein makes you sleepy, right?
nah, man, the carbs make me sleepy, dude.
Carbs make you sleepy?
Yeah,
I
carbs
don't
make.
eat much carbs nowadays.
Yeah, but every once in a while, I'll like have a little rice. I mean, it depends on what's there. I mean, but anyway, speaking of carbs, I did have some carbs at this new Viet place, Vietnamese restaurant in San Bruno, and
Oh,
it's
I know which one
called
you're talking about.
yeah. We've been there. It's called
Yeah.
Pho de Win.
But Nguyen. His last name's Nguyen, but Bud and Nguyen.
Yeah,
I like it. That's really clever, actually.
that's cool. So let's see. What did I had the duck pho,
And what else
and
you have?
the duck was so good.
The duck was bomb.
I don't know how they get it crispy every time.
S-
I've been there twice,
Went twice already?
3 times. No,
What?
2 or 3 times, and each time I've had duck pho, and then an extra like side of crispy duck, and I'm just like, dude, this is like. Yeah, I didn't tell you that I went, huh?
No, I went back though. I did. I had a date night,
Oh
and
yeah.
I got the carpaccio again. Oh, I love the carpaccio.
Wait, which one's that? Is that the round dish?
Yes, they were all in round dishes. Oh no, they weren't.
Oh, that's.
And it was so good.
I need to have the garlic noodles.
Did you? Were those good? I wanted to order that, but
I haven't
was
had it
full.
yet. I haven't had it. The second time I went, it was there, and I was like, I think we were there for a couple hours, and I was like, look, I gotta go.
Why were you there a couple hours?
Oh, they were doing an actual photo shoot,
Oh, I see. I see.
so I was helping with the photo shoot, and then yeah, they had it, and I go, so are you done with this? And then they said, oh no, we're gonna do like we're gonna have all the dishes together. I go, screw it, I'm out of here, dude.
I thought you were gonna. I thought you ordered some to go.
No. I only ordered wings and broth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do want to try that
Yeah.
next time when I feel like I can have like a bunch of carbs.
I know, but I have to say they're excellent.
Oh, the sticky ones.
Yeah, sticky wings are that's worth it.
That's bomb.
That was really good. So
I agree.
I think I can have probably 3 orders to myself.
3 orders. That's a lot of chicken.
It's only
'Cause it's
18 wings, dude.
Only.
18.
Oh my lord. It ain't cheap. Let me just say, it ain't cheap.
So it's like about $8 for 6.
Yeah,
Wow.
8.50.
I don't know.
Make it 9 now.
It doesn't matter. I'll just go whenever we have to like shoot something, and then I'll get it for free. That's kidding. No, but to support that place, I really like it.
Me too.
Another place I did take out was Hula Hoops in Westboro.
I never been there. I heard it's
No.
super cute.
So I went inside, very comfortable, very intimate, very nice. It's nicely decorated.
And
Still a little new. It looks like there's a little bit of confusion between, the front part where they have a hostess, and looks like there's a little confusion because I think they have some new workers, or it's just everything's just brand new. But I did to go, and I got, what did I get? I got some kind of, I got some sisig.
you had sisig. The chicken or the pork?
I think I had the pork. And then I had a loco moco.
A locomoco. And what's the verdict?
Yeah, very. I mean, there's a ton of flavor. It's really good. It's done really well. It looks really clean. It's not really it's not messy at all. Like the loco moco is not messy at all.
Okay, what are the prices? What's the price point?
But for both, for just those 2 dishes.
Yeah.
What was it? I think I was edging on like 30 something bucks.
What?
Yeah.
$30 for sisig and locomoco?
Yeah.
It must have been a huge locomoco. It better have been.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Okay.
It was good.
Because that's about 15, 16 at Morningwood with their locomoco.
Oh, so how's Morningwood in San Bruno?
It's you know what? It's pricey, but the portions are there, so you're basically paying for extra portions. It's yum. I had the japatats. That sounds so racist. But
What? You had what?
It had yuzu sauce. I don't know. Not yuzu, but it had like, what do you call those shrimp? Oh, it's smoked shrimp on top and stuff. It's not stuff or dry bonito flakes. Is that shrimp or is that fish?
Oh,
shrimp, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It was, you put that on top and it had that the mayonnaise. This is Japanese mayonnaise. Oh, it says the Kewpie.
Kewpie?
Yeah. Kewpie.
That's a nasty name, dude.
I don't know, but them thing was cracked. So if you get the regular ones, it's called crack tots or crack tater tots.
So this is
But I had the
ultimate.
Japa tots.
This is just not healthy, right?
Oh, nothing was healthy. You kidding me? We had the mochi pancakes. That's
Okay.
like, oh, wow. It's so
Wow.
good. Everything
Mochi,
is so good.
mochi, anything isn't. Wow, sounds good
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it was.
So,
yeah.
some of my work buddies, I think we're gonna go there soon. So
Well, I hope so. You should at least try it. And they had the loco moco, of course. Now that thing's substantial. I think they put a little bit too much Worcestershire in their gravy. I like Worcestershire, but
oh
I taste a lot of Worcestershire.
oh,
Not traditional.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna make a. I'm gonna make an effort to go there.
Yes, please.
So what's the story behind the name? Because that name sounds wrong.
I don't know the story. You know what? I should have asked them. And it is wrong. Because for years, it just means something else.
You know,
But it gets you up in the morning.
is that the whole thing, or is there some? It's so funny. I was at a like a Bible study, right?
You're in a Bible study. Okay.
And I told my pastor about. And it's so funny. I said it in a straight face to two other Filipino brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Hey, man, I heard Morning Wood is pretty good, man. They have some really good food over there." And it's so funny because like they looked at me and then they talked normal about it, and as they were commenting, and our pastor was like, "What?"
Oh, he had no clue what you were talking about?
He was like, "What are you talking about?"
Get your mind out of it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what? Yeah. So we told him about it, and I don't know, for some reason I feel like we should invite him out there.
Why don't you?
It's a new
Are
pastor.
you one of those people that don't invite people to things because it just sounds wrong?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Let's go to Morningwood. Maybe you're like, oh, I shouldn't ask him because, he's holy.
Oh, no. I don't care.
Yeah, got it.
No, I don't care. And I even told him about what's that place called in South City? The one that used to be the funeral place.
Oh, Fort McKinley?
Fort McKinley's, yeah. I said, hey, they go, dude, they have this breakfast called OMFG.
What? Oh, what is it? Gulay, right?
Oh yeah. OMFG, and they're like,
what does it stand for?
OMFG.
But no. But what does it mean at Fort McKinley?
Oh, Fort McKinley, and then I had to say it afterwards because I took a pause, and he's like, "What?" And I go, "Oh yeah, it's called Oh My Fish and Gulay."
Oh, my fish and gulay. That's right. That's That's clever, right?
Right.
Redeeming it.
He's like, "What? What is?" I feel like I need to take him out. Anyway, this pastor dude, he's from he arrived here about 8 months ago from Alabama.
Wait, is this guy from at your church?
Yeah, my church.
Oh, okay. And he's from Alabama, but he's not Filipino.
No,
he's white.
Pretty much.
Okay. Just wondering. I'm just curious.
So they're like new to San Francisco, so they're like learning all the new stuff, and I think
like
it's a real it's a real change for them. So
I'm sure
because it's a totally different pace and people are different, and I'm pretty sure they haven't seen this many Asian people.
Asians or Latinos probably.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they get their fair share over there.
Really? In Alabama?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I was curious.
I mean, there is a big Vietnamese population in Mobile.
Oh, so yeah.
But it's only among the fishing community.
Oh.
So,
depends on where they're from then.
Yeah. So I think I should make an effort maybe to invite them out there too.
I think you should.
Just
you should invite me to come with you.
No, it's obviously not to talk. It's to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that. Let me find out when that next one is, and I don't know. The Morning Wood, it's like I don't know. It's like I feel like it's something that I need to go there. by myself with other people who pay their way too.
But ain't that how it's supposed to be? Ain't that what?
Oh no, it
Pay
is,
for
it
people?
is, it is. But sometimes when you bring some people to like a new place, sometimes I don't know. Maybe it's just something I'm used to. It's like, oh yeah, I'll spot the bill.
No. Come on now.
I know you don't have to,
Did you
but
just kill a bug?
yeah, I just killed a bug on my light. That's funny.
Oh, got it.
Oh, hey. So
Yo.
very recently,
Yo.
like not too long ago, I finally went to Walgreens Redbox, and I got
Oh.
the Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, they have it in Redbox? Well,
Yeah.
shucks.
Yeah, finally watched it.
Dollar rental.
I finally watched it,
And
and then as soon as we got to the part where
with the dead fish?
okay, let me just begin with this. I thought it was going to be funnier.
Oh, she cried a lot. Ain't
It
that
wa-
funny?
it wasn't as funny, and then as soon as Michelle Yeoh played the whole like mother part, I was like, oh man, this is gonna fall into your classic Hollywood type story. The mom hates the new girl,
You didn't know that already?
and no, I didn't. Well, I don't know. I didn't know what to expect because
But it comes from the point of view of an Asian mama,
right, and
right?
I thought that was pretty cool the way they displayed that. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. Because that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole story, I mean, I thought it was going to be funnier, and it just everything just became predictable
It's
after
very
that.
Rama.
Yeah, but it was all right. I mean, I
Did you
didn't.
appreciate the cinematography, the landscape, the cultural sights and sounds? That's what I thought was pretty cool. Her outfit for the wedding, rich people, that's what they spend their money on. That's what I was looking at,
The bachelor party seemed pretty cool.
right? On a boat.
I was like, wow, on a freighter. That's cool.
Is that what it was? A freighter?
That was a freighter. Yeah.
Okay.
I was
I'll
like,
save it.
that's pretty nice. It was on a freighter, and if it wasn't for Aquafina in that film,
Oh, she was the best part. Are you kidding me?
yeah, if it wasn't for her, I mean, I think that movie would have just bombed.
Although the other supporting role, what
Who?
was her name?
Who?
The sister or the cousin.
Oh,
I thought she was intriguing.
I gotta say something about that.
Yeah.
All right. So she looked really familiar,
And
and I was like, "Where is she from? Where did I see her from?" And
mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Should I? I'm gonna kill this bug." Hang on. Okay. So I was like, "Oh yeah, she looks really familiar."
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, this where's she from? Where's she from?" So I was thinking throughout the whole movie. Then I stopped paying attention, and then I just zoned in on her. Like,
Came
okay.
back to you.
And I was like, "How come she looks like a robot?" She is a robot. She was the robot.
What movie is this?
So there's a TV series called Human or Humans. I don't know, Human or Humans.
Back in.
And so I think it's a film in a European kind of TV. I don't know, UK,
Okay.
whatever, right? And so what happens is she plays a character of a robot. So it's this futuristic society where we have robots, and they're there to serve humans.
Mm-hmm.
But then
They want to break free.
but then robots somehow found a way to become like human like, where they actually have feelings. And
Oh.
yeah, it's like it's like another Battlestar Galactica.
Is it cool?
It's I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark. I mean, it had to go through all these things where you know people were using, like, there's one scene where the robots were being used pretty much as like sex slaves.
Oh, that's kind of gross.
But of course that's obviously going to happen.
That's not cute at all.
So anyway, that character,
Yeah.
that character, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's so funny because like every time when there was some like moment of where she's contemplating things or she's thinking about something or she's sad or
Yeah.
you know it, I think she's gotten too used to her role where
She looked like a robot.
she's really good. Yeah, she's really good in like a dead stare. Her face muscles don't even move
Oh.
to actually show that emotion. It's just like a blank dead stare. I'm like robot.
You know what? Okay, maybe the movie was predictable, but I couldn't get over how beautiful these people were.
What do you
She
mean?
was beautiful. The whole Malaysian cast or Singaporean cast was absolutely gorgeous. I'm like, these people exist. These
Yeah.
I
What
was
do you mean these
flabbergasted.
people exist?
They were just pretty to look at. The girls, I was like amazed. I don't know why.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
was fangirling.
You never lived in Asia before, have you?
No, I've lived here.
Oh, that's right. When
So
I was
what? You've seen these people before? They look all the same to you.
kinda, I mean,
Really?
yeah,
You're not in awe of their like beauty?
no.
What?
Well, maybe at first, when I visited Asia, maybe at first, but I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, to me, it was expected. I was like, oh, yeah, this is a nice place. Yeah, there's places like this in the Philippines that look like this, dude. You know, um, of course, if it's in Singapore, I mean, they don't really show like I mean, Singapore is nice, first of all. Singapore
Yes.
is like really nice.
Yes.
That
I believe it.
that's the place to live, and I got to hang out with a lot of Singaporean musicians,
Oh, cool.
and yeah, I mean, it was the vibe was like totally different. Um, it was kind of like a mixture of like um, Japan, more so Japan, but like Japan and the United States combined,
Okay.
but in their
Okay.
own style.
In their own style.
And everyone's beautiful, you
Yeah.
know.
Everyone is. There
Everyone's
wasn't one ugly person in the place, is what you're saying.
maybe the security guards. No, actually, they were pretty good looking too, though. They weren't
Really?
like hella ugly or anything. But if there was someone who's ugly, those were probably the ugliest people. But they weren't really too ugly. So
That's interesting.
so yeah, because in Singapore, I mean, there's here you go, man. I don't want to sound racist, but you have the light skin ones, you have the dark skin ones, you have
Uh-huh.
the caramel one. Yeah, it's all different, and plus, it's like a lot of different cultures into one, which is great. If you go to like places like in Indonesia, you got really, really dark, and you have really, 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 really not so dark. So
You ever notice that though about Philippines? I mean, you go
what?
to the Philippines and everyone looks, let's just say normal. But when you look at like Miss America, or you watch any of I've been watching their movies, Filipino movies on Netflix, and I'm like, Filipinos, I don't identify. They don't look like me. They're so pretty. But I'm
Uh,
going, they are light, they got high noses, they look European.
those are the ones that are rich.
I guess so. It's amazing.
They,
Right.
those are the one that where their parents pay their way to college.
Like,
Despite what's happening over here, I'm like, dude, that happens over there all the time.
that's true. That's true.
But
Anyway,
yeah, I don't know. I thought
I
it was okay. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really like, oh, there's Asians. I don't know, man. I just
it's boasted as the all Asian cast though, right? I mean, that's what it's known for.
I
Aside from
guess.
every other Asian movie that you
Yeah.
see
Well,
here in America, all Asian cast.
it didn't sway me. It really didn't sway me.
You weren't curious about that robot's character and how it's gonna play out?
um oh, I knew that they were not going to end up together.
Yeah, but
I mean, I
you're not.
already knew that. So, like right at the beginning, right when she got him that watch, I was like, yeah, he's probably cheating on her.
Great.
But I'm asking myself, and I didn't say it too loud, but I'm like, dang, why would you want to cheat on her? Like,
Right? Even if she looks like a robot sometimes.
I was like, dude.
She's fine.
I was like,
Fine.
you don't. I wouldn't cheat on her, dude. I wouldn't even try to get a job. I'd just be like, I'll just be your, puppet.
Like slave.
I'll just be your slave. Let me do music, something artistic, and I'll just be your slave.
Right. I'll play music for you.
We'll just live off your money, and yeah, sure, no problem.
Anyway,
but
that's another movie. That's another subject to talk about.
So I mean, it's cool as an all Asian cast. I don't care, whatever. But we're gonna jump around a little bit because it's funny because like we didn't once talk about that Smollett guy.
Oh, that's right.
That Smollett guy.
Smollett.
Because I was kind of just letting it. I just want to see what happened.
It all got dropped. The charges got dropped.
And for some reason, why did I feel like that was gonna happen?
But I don't understand. I don't. So that means basically, yeah, nothing. There was no crime against you, and you didn't do anything to cause a crime. I don't know. They just kind of let it go, is what I feel.
Yeah. I guess if you want to pull some power, that's what you do.
Realize he had that much power, though.
I think he just knows a lot of people. He's politically charged, and he knows. I think he just knows all the big names. So
interesting.
Yeah. What I guess for me, it's kind of like I had a feeling something weird was going to happen like that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I guess deep down inside, I don't know if I really want this. I mean, like I was thinking, like, well, let's say he went to jail. I mean, is that going to make me happy? Am I happier?
It's not about making you happy. It's about justice being served, right?
So yeah, it is. But then it's so funny because I keep going back to like what he actually did or what the police have reported what he's done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. If I did that,
oh, you would have been charged to the highest degree. Are you kidding me?
I would have been probably put in jail. I would have done some jail time.
He didn't serve any?
I think he went to jail and then he posted bail. That was it.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't in prison. He should
have done like community service or something.
No, they said that he already did.
When?
I don't know. Like he did some kind of community service, like by going to some kind of like political event.
That's like, community service. Community service is picking up trash out by the highway. That's community service.
Yeah, but now there's a legal thing. Now that charges were dropped, we don't know if he has to be hired back now.
Because he was like not let go, but he was on leave. He's not in the last 2 episodes.
No, he was. They basically fired him. So.
Oh, they did fire him.
Yeah, they did. They fired him.
Oh.
But if it's based on that case that was dropped, then I think they might have to hire him back. I don't know. So all they have to do is just change the reason why they fired him. Mm-hmm. So. But it's funny. It's like he got up. He got back up on and did a really short, not even a press conference. He just made a statement, and he was saying like something like, if I'm not my mother's son, if I'm capable of 1 ounce of what he's being accused of. And I'm all thinking like, then who's your mom?
So he's maintaining his innocence, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's maintaining his innocence, and he's saying that he's a person of faith. And I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? I was
But
like,
even didn't the chief of police of Chicago get up and say, I mean, basically he was ashamed of what this guy did? I could have sworn I watched a statement he gave.
I think it's a superintendent, which is like the chief.
Superintendent. Yeah.
But I think he basically said, I mean, he didn't, of course, he didn't like the outcome,
Mhm.
but I think he was asking for like if he would just apologize for what he did. But of course, he's not going to apologize now.
No. Not
So,
going to apologize.
but I don't know. It's like it's funny how he got let go on this, and I'm kind of at the same time I'm kind of like upset because now it's like, okay, now we don't really have justice anymore. You know.
This is true. But vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So
Yeah,
don't worry your head over it.
No, I'm not. I don't think anything's gonna happen. But here's the funny thing that happened throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the case was happening, I was like, I don't think anyone has ever said. I've never heard anyone say, even on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
that this is MAGA country. I've never heard that phrase before.
I've never heard it.
That is the silliest thing I've ever heard. That's almost like saying if someone would have made up and said, this is Obama country.
You're right. I've never heard anyone coin that term.
Yeah, so I'm like, wow, that's obviously a lie. And it's so funny because like when you look into like the real details of like how they I don't know if two people picked up on it, but the bleach that freezes at like what, 21 degrees.
Yeah, but it was colder than that, right?
It was colder than that. How do you pour bleach if it's frozen, dude?
I don't know.
It's just it's crazy. So remember I was talking about some other stuff like before. I think was it the last time or the time before that I was talking about like, oh, when Trump won,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're saying, well, people come out of the woodwork, to do these crazy things, and
Is that
and then
evidence right there?
and then I was telling you, like, I think some of these things were fake just to get attention, because it never made the news. There's no police report.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing happened on Twitter. It's just saying, oh yeah, these people came in. They started demanding if our customers had immigration papers. I'm like, come on, dude. Who does that, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Really? And then you're telling me, but don't you think like some people just like, they come out. I'm like, really? In South City? South San
That's
Francisco?
evidence right there that some guy on the other side just busted out.
No, I think it's a
said,
lie.
I poured bleach.
Yeah, but that's a lie though. See, it's not true. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see.
It's like the most outrageous things that I've ever heard. And this time around, they got caught, and it was a lie.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if that wasn't found out, or let's say it was even true, then I would have thought second. I would take a second thought, saying, "Oh, maybe this actually did happen in South City." The badminton place claiming that people came up asking for immigration, but it didn't happen.
Yeah,
I was like, come on, dude. Nobody does. No one even has time to do that. Like, even think about that. In California, come on, of all places.
In California.
It's like, come on, dude.
Nah, but remember, I was talking about all this stuff that was happening on BART, right? That got caught on tape. That was then.
So refresh me, remind me on that. What am I looking up so I can look it up?
I think there was one where it was a Chinese guy defending himself. There was this guy ranting. I forget if it was Muni or Bart. And he even got slapped. And then all these people were just recording the whole. And basically I think it just was, you need to leave. You can go to your own country. I forget if there are any racial slurs. But I actually saw the video. So,
oh, this one?
I know I will. I'll get you down.
Look at that. That dude walks away.
Oh, I never saw this.
That N-word, man.
I'll punch you down in your seat. Punch you down.
Did you hit him in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah, he made zero contact.
Yep.
Oh, you think I'm afraid of you?
Never said that, sir.
I hate you.
One more time, mother.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't, sit down. Don't do it.
Oh, what a good,
Don't do it.
good person.
He's not even working.
Dude's drunk, dude. Dude's on something.
Yeah, but
I don't like you. I don't like you.
Don't be on this train.
Okay, that dude's on drugs, dude. Or he's drunk or something. He's not in his normal self.
he's under the influence.
He's not. There's no way that guy is. Okay. The only way you can like truly really get someone is if they're not, you know, if they're in full
Not
control.
inebriated.
Yeah, that dude
Did
is
he
not.
look that inebriated too? I felt like he knew exactly what he was saying.
Let's see.
He was I think everything that came out of his mouth was thought out. It was what am I trying to say? Eloquent's not the word, but he didn't stutter. He didn't have to think about at all what words he was using.
Okay.
And he targeted him. He didn't target anyone else there. He didn't. If he was merely just drunk, he could have just gone to the random Joe Schmo next to him. But he targeted that guy. Obviously Asian.
Okay, this was published on November 14, 2017.
It was just last year. Oh, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, and some people are trying to tie this in because Trump is the president. Come on. There was more racist things happening.
There was stuff closer to the election though. So
Other
but
stuff.
that's not the one I was referring to. But dang, that one's pretty bad.
Oh, I think I thought the guy I thought the Asian dude I thought he acted pretty okay.
He did.
So I think if that was me, I think I would have done something worse.
I think so too. I mean, I don't know if the words amuse, but really, I think
Yeah.
wouldn't there have been people getting on him? I guess he could have had an arm, a weapon on him. But they were telling him to sit down, but really, shouldn't there have been a gang to stop the one guy ranting and raving? That's what would happen in my world. I think all these people would get up and say, hey, stop picking on him. Stop doing what you're doing. Sit down.
Huh.
And that's how I see my ideal world. We don't live in it.
I think if the Asian guy was older, I probably would have jumped in.
Okay. But this guy was like our age.
But this guy's our age, so I'm kind of like, yeah, man, let's see what you're made of. But then this nice girl, she came up and she said, hey, don't do it. It's not worth it.
I know.
And I was like, oh, so I was like, okay, that's a good person.
Yeah, that's a good person. Because he wouldn't got in trouble.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. I know, but then it's so funny. It's like this thing is like so blown up. To me, it's so blown up because, you know, it's shown on YouTube and people react. And I was like, this happens all the time.
It's true. It happens all the time.
You know, and how do you
But
deal
you
with
don't
it?
expect it to happen in California. Well, in our parts anyway.
No, it happens, dude. It happens. It happens in the Bay Area. Are you kidding me? It happens, dude.
You just told me. You said this kind of, I guess the more inflated stuff.
No, I'm talking about like this, like right
this
here.
altercation right here.
Yeah. Like this is I think this is a normal thing. I don't think this is because somebody became president of the United States.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, hey, when I was growing up, I mean, hey, there was always this thing where, you know, you're hanging out and all of you just happen to be almost close to one ethnicity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another group of kids that are one ethnicity. Somebody says something, and then boom, there you go.
True
You
that.
start saying all these racial hatred things. I mean, look, I'm guilty of it. I've said a lot of racist things.
Yes,
And,
yes, yes.
but see, now something I'm kind of scared of. And I'm just so glad we didn't have like cameras back then, because all the stuff,
CYA.
all the stuff that I've said, when I was younger, and probably, probably like into my 20s. Okay,
Mhm.
if someone recorded that, and right now, if I decided to be a part of my community and run for something like, wanted to be like city council,
Oh, you'd be screwed.
people would dig that up and say, "Oh, he's racist."
Yes. And then you'd be like, but that was over 25 years ago.
I'd be like, "That was just yesterday."
They're going to dig up your podcast. That's what's going to happen.
But here's the thing: it's like this is what I believe. It's like every year, like I think a person changes. They evolve. They change into they're not the way they were last year. Usually, I mean
Yeah.
that's how
Right.
you grow. So much more 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. But I'm just saying, it's like you do something, right? And I've done a lot. It's so funny. It's like now now I'm almost afraid to become a boss, like
Why?
at any job,
Because
because let's just say for some reason, let's say I run for city council, and then something like happens, and then it's like, and then like I'll like be on the news or something, right?
mhm.
And say let's just say it happens, right? And then all of a sudden, if I'm like trying to explain something, or somebody doesn't like what I said, somebody from like high school can be like, well, he touched me, or something like that. Okay, personally, I have never done.
You've never violated anyone. How
I've
are they going
never
to make that?
violated. I've never violated a female to the point where it wasn't agreed upon. Like if it was just something like I went up to some random girl and I grabbed her by whatever.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Right, right,
But
right.
I've done stuff like that when like there was like some flirting going on,
Okay, okay.
and I'd be grabbed the same way. I'd be like, okay, fair game.
But
But then you could turn around
someone
and be
would
like,
use that against you?
no, I'm just saying like sometimes like you can like interpret that years later, and then look what happened. Look what's happening to Joe Biden, dude.
Okay.
But even though what he says is like, I think Joe Biden's a dirty old man anyway.
What?
Plus, I'm talking about my youth. I'm talking about something when I was like a teenager into my like up to like maybe 21.
Okay, okay, okay. Right,
So
right.
I was still young. Of course, right now I don't do that. At this age, I don't do anything even close to that.
Right, right.
Yeah, I stopped all of that when I turned probably like maybe 20, 23, 22, 23.
25.
No, no. No. I was totally changed. I was like, yeah, that's not
Because
good.
you were dating by then.
Yeah, I was already dating, so whatever. I was like, yeah, I can't be doing that stuff. Right.
Right.
But man, if we had like camera and the social media back then, man, I probably would have been in a lot of trouble or something. Like if somebody didn't like me,
We all would have been in a lot of trouble. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I understand we've got these things, these handheld phones or computers and cameras and everything else. And in that sense, when I have my kids, they have it. I feel that there's a sense of security because I can always reach them.
Yeah.
And yet, man, I hate having my GPS on. I turn off my location. I don't want to be found.
Wait, how come you turn it off?
Because I just don't want. We can talk about this. I just don't like Big Brother being on my back. That's all. I don't care. They're just gonna find out my patterns, right? Oh, I go to the library. I go to the gym. I go to Sprouts. I go to
I go get burritos.
I go get burritos. Too often. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Phones, cameras, and so sure, it's a sense of security. If something happens to you, you just flip it on, you take a video of it. But at the same time, people can take anything that they've recorded and twist it. We've seen it time and time again. Listen to talk shows; they take whatever you say and twist it out of context. So you take a video, you just take a clip, and you're ruined forever.
Pretty much.
Right?
Pretty much. I thought, I had a situation. Remember that parking situation?
Oh yeah.
I took a video of it, and I don't know if they took a video of me. I don't think they did, but they could have.
Why don't you reiterate? I don't think people are just watching like, what are you talking about?
Oh, okay. So I was somewhere in the city. I was there to do a photo shoot.
Yes.
And I parked my car. It was along 19th turns into that windy thing that goes into
the park.
Yeah, and then past the park. So I found parking, and I parked behind. I left about 5 feet. I left about 5 feet in front of me and back of me, but then the car in front of me pulled out to go, and that person had a really big space.
Okay.
I would say about maybe almost 2 car lengths.
All right.
So I started walking away. I was like, yeah, it's okay, whatever. But then I see this other person back their car in and only gave me probably about a foot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was in front of me. So I started walking back. And I immediately just kind of yelled out, not angry. And I was all like, hey, you got hella space in front of you. I was like, why don't you move up? And then she got into this whole thing where she like saying that, well, if the person in front of me like goes out, then we could fit like 2 more cars. Like she was giving me something about how she was parking for other people, because I brought that up. I was like, why are you parking for other people? Why don't you just like back up? And then she's like, you have a lot of room behind you. And I go, you got more room in front of you. Like behind me, I had 5 feet. In front of her, she probably had 15 feet.
Got it.
And it's so funny. I pull out my camera to take a picture. I switched to video, and I was just like, taking video. I was like this and all that. And then she came up to me, and then she got in my space. She literally like stepped into my space. And her hands made contact with my camera. Like she was going to like push my camera away. Yeah. Right. I'm like, what? And then boom, another lady who's walking her dog comes running, and she says, you stop right there. You don't do that. You don't hit her. I go, I hit her? I was like, I didn't even, she made contact with me, And so, and then all of a sudden, now I got 2 females like all up on me saying that I'm wrong.
Right.
And so I just went caveman, dude.
Wait, did you take video?
Of course I took a video.
I like to see this.
I don't know if I want to show it.
Why? Anyway,
so
go ahead.
I got all caveman. My whole accent changed. It's not the way I'm speaking now.
You turned into a Filipino.
No, I didn't pull out the Filipino accent. I pulled out the accent that I used to pull out in high school when I got into fights with like people I don't know.
Hey man, short and sweet, short and concise and to the point. You better move your car, or else.
So surprisingly, I didn't.
No, sorry.
Surprisingly, I didn't cuss at her because I had the camera on. So it's like, okay, well, I got the camera on. But I pretty much said, you're not even a San Francisco native. Get out of here.
You said that?
Yeah. So I was like, you're not from here. You're from somewhere else.
How do you know that?
Huh? Well, here's the thing. I gambled it. It was my gamble. I told her, like, you ain't from here. And I looked at the other lady who had her dog. I was like, you ain't from here either. You're not know. She's like, oh, how do you know that? And I was like, you know how I know? Because if you were born here, people don't park like this.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm native, dude. I was like, you weren't even born here, dude. You're from somewhere else. I was like, why don't you go back to where you came from?
Ooh. Wait,
You
were they
know.
white?
And then, yeah, they're obviously Caucasian. And then I was like, learn how to freaking park. I was like, learn how to park, learn how to be respectful, and just take the space. I was like, don't park for other people, park for yourself. So finally, these two were just talking amongst themselves, and they pulled out the phone. I think they took video of me. I don't know. And she made she made a point. She's like saying, "Oh, well, we're just doing like video wars, and well, we're just like taking." And we're all going to be on YouTube. And I was like, okay, well, she had a point. But still, dude. So she didn't move her car.
She didn't?
No, she didn't move her car. And I was like, okay, that's fine. She didn't move her car at all. And then they started walking away, just talking amongst themselves.
Okay.
Saying like, I can't believe this man would do that. I'm like, oh, jeez. But they really couldn't say anything to me after I told them like they're not native,
right.
Because we don't do that to each other. So what happened was I heard a whistle from across the street. There's a dude in the window. I was like, oh man. I was like, do I have to hear from this dude too? And he goes, he's like, and he's white, and he goes, yo, bro. He's like, yo, I was born here, and those two ladies are wrong. I saw the whole thing. He said, if you file a police report, I'll come down, and I will say that I'm a witness to this whole thing, and they were just on you just because they were on you.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
He's like, so if anything happens, just knock on my door, ask for Paul. I go, okay.
Was he your age? Our age?
I think he was younger. I think he was probably 30, 29, 30.
And he would stick up for you, and he would vouch for you.
Yeah, he said he watched the whole thing, and he said he was just laughing at it. And I said, did you see me hit her? He's like, nah, dude. She's like, she went up to you with her hands and pushed your camera away. And I was like, okay, cool. So I have the video. I'll show it to you one day.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my only defense, dude. If I want to shut someone up and I have like that really gut feeling that they're not from here, I was like, you ain't from here, dude. Because it's true. It's like
that can backfire on you though.
It probably could. But the thing is that I gambled it. Yeah. I gambled it. You know why? Because they didn't. And when I gambled it, they didn't even retaliate. They didn't even say, I'm from here. Neither of them said that. So I was like, okay, I gambled it.
We're unicorns.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think it wouldn't have worked. I don't think I would have said that if the lady was Asian. Or I don't think I would have said that. I don't think I would have said, or because okay, let's just say she was Chinese.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have have done it that way. Because I mean, this lady was an older lady. She was probably like maybe close to 60.
Oh wow.
She was like in her healthy 50s.
Okay.
But she looked like one of those. I mean, she looked like that. She could have been 40. She just looked old.
Oh.
But the thing is that if she was like Chinese, then I think I would take it back and be like, and dial down and be like, okay. And I'd probably try to explain to her and be like, yo,
make room.
I was like, you got hella room in front of you and you just backed it up on me, dude. I was like, can you give some space? But if they were like any other ethnicity, and hey, you might call me like, oh, you're favoring what? Nah, man. It's like I had the feeling that she was not from San Francisco. She's one of those people that moved to San Francisco and think that they're San Fran, right?
Sorry.
And they could claim all that they want, like, oh, we've been here since the 90s or whatever. And yeah, well, I mean,
that's nice for you.
For some reason I have a good feel. I have a good feeling like if someone's from here, like if they were born here, it's like, or they lived here like most of their life.
Mhm.
You know, I have this feeling because it's like I have a feeling because we would treat each other differently in a certain way.
Mhm.
I think, you know, but I just knew she was not from
combative
here.
from the start.
Yeah, she was. I just knew she wasn't from here. I think she's one of those people that wanted to move here because it's so cool, you know.
She a wannabe hipster.
And maybe she's been here for 20 years, but I know that's not most of her life, you know. And I totally knew that because,
Gosh, 20 years is a long time. You wouldn't call them local by now?
well, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't park all up on someone's like give a
No, I'd be
foot.
like, look, there's hella room. I'm gonna park all the way out here. Why would I stick myself to someone else's car? That's all.
Because if the car in front of them that was like 15 feet away moved out, they could fit 2 more cars.
Oh.
That was her reasoning. And I also knew she was crazy because there was this part of and what happened was I knew she was crazy because she also said something about, well, you better curb your wheels because otherwise you'll get a ticket. And I'm like, dude, we're on
Were you on
flat
an incline?
surface. I was like, what are you talking about? We're on flat surface, dude.
I'm like, were you on an incline?
Oh.
That doesn't sound like incline.
Right. And then they kept on saying, well, let's see the video if I hit you. Let's see the video because you hit me. Let's see the
Oh,
video.
she wanted to see.
And so I was all like, nah, man. I was like, this video is going to the police department. I'm going to report you. I was like, and I have it. Do you have yours? Because I got mine. Like, you came into contact with me. I did not go up to you. I was like, you came into my space. I was like, oh, well, let's see the video. I don't need to prove anything to you. I was like, you need to prove it that what I did to you.
Man, you
You
had
have
her
it?
sweating bullets all this time then.
Oh yeah. No, I had it. And so, you know, I was just like, so that's what happened, you know. And so here's the thing, man.
Okay.
If someone took video of that from far away,
You wouldn't be able to run for council.
it would have looked bad. It would probably look bad because, you know, I had the bigger voice.
You were taller, probably.
Yeah, I was taller. I'm much bigger than them.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have this ultimate, like, this person running down the street saying I hit her, and I'm like, whoa. It's like, you don't even have proof. You know,
Right.
it would have looked bad.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Now everything's kind of like just, I don't know. To me, it's just not the way it was.
We're a litigious society. We sue for anything.
Yeah,
We cry wolf.
It's pretty great. Anyway, that's my San Francisco story.
Cool.
maybe I'll show the video. I don't know. But hey, moving on to you have 2 things that we need to get through real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share this link real quick here.
All right.
That's very interesting, and it affects all Californians here.
Got it.
Here we go. How do I show this?
That's Boba the Gecko. Just letting you know.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Ooh. Yes, I read about this.
So, judge blocks California ban on high-capacity magazines over Second Amendment concern.
That's a good thing.
So, what? And this happened in March 29.
Yep, it just happened.
So, what that means is standard, if you have a firearm and it's standard capacity, not high capacity, if it's standard capacity, magazine carries 17 bullets, that's standard capacity. It's not high capacity anymore.
Got it.
Yeah. So I guess for all the gun owners, you know, I guess
happy.
I guess you're kind of equal to the rest of America.
Right?
There's no comment from the governor.
Nope.
Which is very odd because I thought he was going to say something.
He probably wanted to. And was probably advised not to.
Yeah. So, yeah, there it is. The That I guess that's a win for California.
And for everyone that wants to buy a high capacity, which is now a standard capacity magazine.
Well, it's always been standard capacity. So,
But here in California, for 2 decades, it has not been.
yeah, they're like saying, "Oh, it's high capacity." What's high capacity?
So you don't have one, I'm assuming, because you didn't own guns back then.
I didn't legally own any guns back then.
Got it.
So,
I hear you.
I didn't legally own any.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Way to word that.
Doesn't mean I owned any, because I legally didn't own it. So if I legally didn't own it, I don't really own it. I don't really own anything. So guess I never owned it. But I think this will. I think that'll.
You made a bunch of people really happy. Or he did anyway.
I think a lot of people are happy, and I think a lot of people are probably just shaking their heads. And I understand the people who are shaking their heads. I understand. I know where they're coming from.
Really?
It's scary. Yeah, it's scary.
It's scary, but
I understand.
I really think it was clever of him to use those to cite the evidence of the woman who defended herself and wouldn't have been able to carry anything.
Right.
So while on the phone reporting the intrusion and shooting at her attackers.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So how could she have changed her magazine?
I know. It's so if they have this, then I wonder if they're going to change anything of this sort. If you have a certain kind of rifle, if you need a bullet button, you know about that?
No.
A bullet button. Okay, so if you have something like an AR-15, right, which I don't, I don't legally own one. I don't own one. I just period. What they did was you attach a magazine into it, which has all the bullets, right? So once it's in the magazine, you need a specific tool to detach the magazine.
A specific tool to detach the magazine. Got it.
Right. So you have to install what they call a bullet button. So let's just say you fire all 10 rounds from your AR-15.
Okay.
Well, you can't reload unless you have this special tool.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Kind of stupid, huh?
Right.
So let's say you're defending yourself, right? And there's 5 guys who are trying to break into your house, and you spend your 10 bullets on like 2 people, but there's 3 more. And you're like, damn, where's my tool?
Yeah.
And by the time you find your tool and you're all nervous and you try to pinpoint that exact hole that you have to actually put pressure in, and then you take your magazine out, you're still nervous, and then you load it back up. By that time, I think you probably wouldn't even be able to charge it. So it's like, so it's done. So I don't know if they're going to change that. I don't know. That might be weird.
I wonder.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, I just want to talk about someone that I met, kind of like in the last year, and this thing is what I want to close with. It's it's funny because like I've been married for some time, and I've been with this person for a long time since almost 20 years.
Yes.
And it's funny because like whenever like somebody like comes up to me and they express how happy they are, and like they feel like this is the one.
Okay. Which you at one time or still
but I never expressed it to anyone.
What?
I just knew.
You never told anyone?
No.
She is the one.
Well, I never said. Well, maybe I have.
I'm pretty sure you probably.
I probably have. But when they start saying this thing, and then they start talking about marriage and everything, and then it's so funny because I always ask them. It's like, hey man, did you tell your boyfriend or your fiance or whatever that they're going to be a good father?
What?
Like, you think they're going to be a good father? You know how some couples do that, who are like not even, they're kind of close to marriage or not even close, and they say, you're going to be a great father. You know, you're going to be a great mom. When they start saying that, they have no clue. They have no idea. So I told this one dude, I said, have you guys started saying that stuff? He's like, yeah. I was like, you know what? You have no clue. I was like, about kids. All right. And so I started giving him the lecture, the
The
old man
lecture.
lecture, the old
Uh-huh.
man lecture. And I started
The
giving him the whole,
old man lecture.
yeah. I was like, do you really think like she's going to be a good mom? What, you think you're going to be a good mom 100% of the time?
No, and
You think,
never.
you think you're not going to make mistakes?
All the time. Are you kidding me?
I was like, she may be the one, but man, you don't have kids. I was like, you know, if you already think that she's going to be a good mom, you do not know. You watch her. You watch her like a hawk, man. I was like, because all the time that you go back to work after your paternity leave and she's alone with that first child of yours, you don't know what kind of crazy stuff she might do.
I was crazy. I was crazy. You're talking to me.
I was
My
like,
poor baby.
there are times, and I go, you also have to consider, what happens to a woman emotionally. What could happen, like the bad things that could happen. And it's not her fault. It's just that she has a imbalance, a chemical imbalance.
Yes, hormones are crazy.
And it's crazy, and you don't know, dude. I was like, because
Why are you scaring him? Let him cross that bridge when he gets to it. It's all true. I wholeheartedly agree.
I told him because he's only 23 and he's only been with his girl for like 4 months.
Oh, okay. In that case, yeah.
And she's like 22.
Put the fear of God in him.
And she's 22 and he's 26. 3 months. And he thinks that she's the one. And I was like, yeah. How long have you been friends with her? 3 months. Oh. Yeah.
Things are different nowadays. I mean, my husband and I dated for 3 years before he even popped the question.
Shoot, I think I dated 8.
8 years? But we wouldn't have continued dating after the first month, after the first 3 months, right? If it wasn't going to move somewhere. I wasn't going to be that person to keep dating someone. I'd have to know. I mean, I like to define the relationship early on. I'm like, is this guy husband material? Well, you should be able to know after a month at least. Heck, after a week.
I knew about after a week for me.
Right?
I don't think we were even dating. We were just hanging out.
And you wouldn't have continued the relationship had you not known.
No.
Right?
Right. No, I knew right away.
So in this way, I mean, this guy after 4 months wouldn't have been legit for him. She's the one. I'm not saying they're getting married. None of us got married early, right? But things are different too now. I don't think people date for like 3 years. They date for like a year. And then they're like ready to pop the question, or even less than.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I also told him, I was like, it's just between you guys. So I was like, don't believe what I say. At the end, I said, it's between you guys. I don't judge your relationship. I'm just saying, like, you think you know, but you don't. And this whole thing about, she's telling you that you're going to be a good dad. Yeah. I was like, wait till you get there.
It's true.
I was like, we'll see. And I told him, I was like, look, I have a 7-year-old and I'm struggling. 7. Only 7. I have a 7-year-old.
You'll get through it. Wait till she's 13. Wait till she's 15. Wait till she's 18. Are you going to have a debut?
No.
Just get her a car.
I don't know, dude. No.
No, right?
No.
No.
I don't know. We'll see.
I just took photos at a debut. Gosh, they spent a lot of money. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful.
You had a debut?
Heck no. You would have been there.
I was like, I don't remember that. Like,
I got a car.
Like, you had a debut? I was like, I didn't go.
No, I never had a debut.
Well,
No,
yeah.
I didn't get a car. I was 21. Never mind.
I remember you got a car, but I don't remember what car you got.
Saturn SL2.
I remember your sister got a Jimmy.
My sister didn't get a Jimmy.
She got a Jimmy.
That was my dad's car. She didn't get no Jimmy.
I thought it was her car.
No. What did my sister get at the beginning? It was like a Civic.
She got a Jimmy.
A Honda, right? My sister had a Honda.
She got a Jimmy.
No, that was my dad's car. The red one.
Oh, I don't know. You and your sister are very different.
Yeah, you're telling me. We're only 13 months apart.
You guys are way different.
We can talk about that next time.
Me and my sister are way different too.
Yes, you guys are way different.
Yeah, but we're like 6 years apart though, dude.
Yeah.
So that's some crazy stuff. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I know I was a little tired. I didn't even fix my background. I was too lazy.
That's all right. I was eating ice cream and cookies.
It is April, but I just didn't want to let any more time go further because I just want to get my last thing about Jussie.
Jussie. I feel bad for him. I don't know. I mean, that's just
help.
me, right?
He needs help.
He needs help, but to further your career, you just sabotage yourself.
Yeah.
What the heck?
But he needs help.
He was so promising. You ever watch Empire?
No, never watched it.
It's interesting.
I watched clips of it. I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool.
It's interesting. The music's good. I mean, well, if you don't listen to lyrics.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we'll get again to we gotta check out some places. I gotta check out some food places.
Yes.
But I want to do the Mexican food.
Okay.
Sometime.
Well, Thursday, National Burrito Day. Get you some nachos.
You better turn off that GPS though.
We'll talk about that next time.
All right, I'm out.